This is a video for a Honda Civic 2.2 ES diesel. The car's registered RO57BVF. Mileage on the car currently is 43,000 miles. This is a quick walk around of the video of the car, just highlighting any kind of exterior marks or otherwise on the vehicle. So just going around the car, so in this lovely metallic blue, very popular colour on this car with the upgraded alloys, which look really nice. Bonnets on the car, generally very good. Odd, a couple of little stone chips which you're going to get on the car, but they are quite small, would be quite easily touched in. All the lenses on the front are completely good, no cracks, no condensation, nothing in there at all. Come to the offside of the car, offside wings in very good condition, very good tyre on the car, lots of tread on there, and the alloys generally in very good condition apart from a little bit of curbing on the outside edge. A couple of little marks on the bumper there, just need touching in at some point. Ring mirror housings all very good order. Well, the panel looks generally very good. The dark blue is a lovely colour, a bit like the black. In all honesty, it does show the marks a little bit more than the other colours, so you do need to be aware of that. Alloy on the side again, very good. Tyres got tons of tread on there, and just only a nominal amount of curbing on that particular wheel. I'm around the back of the car now. Again, generally all in very nice order. There was a little mark I did see somewhere. Oh, there we are. Just there again. A couple of little bits that probably could do with a little touch in at some point. Come to the near side of the car. Let's go down the flank there for you. It's all pretty crisp. A couple of tiny little indentations, little car parking dinks, but only very small and very light ones. Alloy on this side, again, very good. I can't see a mark on that one really, and the tyre's absolutely perfect. The thing that stands out most about the car, really good looking car. We could probably just do with a machine polish, just get rid of some of the light marks on the car. It's amazing what they can be achieved by that. Last alloy, again, very good condition, but again, with the others, or two of the others, just a little bit of light curbing on the outside edges. But generally, for a car that's what now 9 years old, it's in good condition, and does look really nice in the flesh. It's coming into the boot area of the car. Obviously a huge boot in here. You've got 60/40 fold on the rear seats there. Power outlets up in there as well, and there's, with all these Civics, there's a little stowage area underneath, or you just pop it back and drop it down, and you've got loads of extra space in there. So just coming into the back of the car now, just got the seats in their vertical position. This kind of shows off the magic seat affair in the back of the car. Really clever design, so you've got any kind of oddities or odd shaped things you need to put in the back of the car. Quite popular for people with got quick release wheels or their mountain bikes, keep them nice and secure in the back as well. And if you want to drop them down, literally pull the lever, up she comes, and down it goes, and it's beautifully engineered. Just coming to the inside of the front door now, so it's all generally in good order here. Driver's seat is in nice condition. Again, the bolster's all very good on there as well, as is the passenger seat. It's all very comfortable seats. Looking up high, got this big glass panoramic roof on the ES models. Just press a button there to close the blind on night in the bright sunny days, if we ever get one, and then back open, just like that. Okay, so I'm inside the car now. Engine is running. Just quickly to show you, owner's manual and locking wheel nut key are with the vehicle. But generally, looking around the car, yeah, it's in very nice order. Obviously, you've got the nice big, simple radio display. Sorry, the light on the camera's gone a little bit funny. I'm just going to try and, there we go. Let's see if I can change it for you. The only sort of the most obvious wear on the car, the gear levers here. Said if you've got sort of rings or otherwise on, then, oh dear me, sorry, it can affect those slightly. They get worn away quite easily, but they're very easily replaced. Dual zone climate control. Coming across to the main binnacle here, you can see the engine is running. No warning lights on the car at all, apart from obviously the fuel light there that you can see. Really lovely dashboard, beautifully designed, and you know, it's a really nice car. This is a video for a Honda Civic. It's a 2.2 ES diesel. Car's registered RO57BVF. Mileage currently on the car's 42,922 miles. This video should follow on from a walk around appraisal video of the car, including looking at the inside and upholstery of the car as well. The purpose of this test drive today, short as it may be, is the reason we do it really as much as anything else is that we're now selling our cars to people from the near continent, all over the UK, who are obviously willing to invest sometimes days driving, and certainly many hours to come and see our cars. And obviously we want to make sure that when they come to see us, they're not disappointed hopefully with the car that they're coming to see, but they can be reassured that the car they're coming to see does the job it's meant to do, drives as it should. And if there's any issues with the car, then I can let you know about them on the videos. So basically what I try and do is do it in some form of order. Hopefully there's kind of order you'd expect to look at the car yourself when you come to see. Obviously the visuals are done, so I'll leave that as it stands. But with regard to this one, starting with the engine, classic Honda diesel engine. This one obviously a low mileage version. Starts instantaneously, no strange noises, no rattles, no vibrations, no odours from underneath the bonnet. Pulls brilliantly well. You know, they are genuinely quick cars anyway. But I've been driving now also for about 4 miles through rush hour traffic actually, and it's 4.3 miles, and I've got 51.2 miles per gallon currently showing on the econometer, which is pretty accurate. The engine's sweet as you like, really revs nicely. It drives to a clutch which bites absolutely brilliantly. It's at exactly the right point on the clutch pedal. There's no hint of slip, there's no vibrations, there's no change in engine note when the clutch is depressed in or out. The pedal itself is quiet, there's no squeaks or rattles or clicks from it at all. And then it goes through this really brilliant 6-speed gearbox. It's incredibly slick. Such a joy to use. It's always find your way home in the gears. It just, a little springing, takes you straight to the next gear. It's a really typical Honda gearbox. Doesn't feel like it's cable operated, which obviously they are. You know, some other manufacturers do this, but they kind of leave you with a gear shift which is devoid of any kind of feel or sense of mechanics about it. Whereas Honda just managed to engineer this wonderful change into their cars. The engine's massively tractable, really flexible even at low revs. I mean, I'm doing 1200 RPM up a steep hill in 5th gear now, and the engine's pulling, and I should really drop down the gear, I know I should, but just to show you, it pulls unbelievably well. So in terms of kind of the mechanics of the car, engine, gearbox and clutch, you can absolutely rest assured drives beautifully. No warning lights on the dashboard at all. There's nothing there. There's nothing flickers on or otherwise. But then look at the chassis and the steering. Steering of the car, really precise. I can't feel any vibrations or note any kind of wear through the steering. What I mean by that generally is sometimes you get a bit of suspension wear underneath on all modern cars, where on these sort of horrendous potted roads that we've got, and you can sometimes feel a little bit of looseness, a little bit of chatter from sort of anti-roll bar links, as they call them, these little link arms, track rod ends, you know, which are susceptible to wear even on Hondas. But there's nothing, you know, it goes through bumps, you can hear the bumps, but there's no kind of aftershock coming through the steering. And it's got that lovely quick rack, very precise. The rest of the suspension goes about its job really well. There's no vagueness at all. It tracks bullet straight. It rides really nicely, especially with the diesel, because the extra weight of the diesel does give it a slightly smoother ride than the petrol versions. But you know, all in all, it just feels like what it is. You know, a low mileage, you know, very, very tight car mechanically. So certainly mechanically, you know, I said if I could find something I would, but I can't find anything at this stage of having driven the car. The rest of the car, obviously the appraisal sort of picks up on most of that. What I try and do is, as I drive at speed, is to listen out for things like a little bit of a wind hiss that you may get if you know, there's a windscreen seal gone, or one of the seals on the windows is gone. But realistically, I can't detect anything at all at these speeds or higher speeds. Inside the car, as I said in the previous video, it's got this brilliant dashboard, work of art. Works not just as a stylish thing, you know, visual treat, but also functionally. I mean, it's got great ergonomics. What I particularly love is the fact that most cars you get into, they're just variations on a theme. You've just got a binnacle there, conventional dials, and a centre stack down here, and you could be in, you squint your eyes, you could be in any of them. You really can't be in any other car than in a Honda Civic in here. Even in daylight hours, it looks fantastic. At night, it looks absolutely brilliant, all lit up. It looks wonderful. But it also serves a purpose. What I love is the fact that you've got the digital speedo nice and high. Absolutely, as I'm looking at the car in front now, I can see the speed as I'm looking straight ahead. That's how good it is. So I literally can take in that information without having to take my eyes off the road in front. Brilliant design. The more conventional binnacle further down is dominated by a really big crystal clear rev counter, which is flanked on either side by your temperature gauge and fuel gauge. In the centre of that, you've got a lovely information display system, which means you can sort of measure things, as I am at the moment, like fuel economy, also, you know, sort of your trip meter, how many miles left in the tank, you know, how many seat belts are engaged or disengaged, so you can sort of play around with it to your heart's content. But it works brilliantly. On the, just again, come back up to the where the speedo is, whether you can see it or not, I'm not quite sure. There's what they call an econo light. It just reminds you that, you know, if you're backing off the throttle, you maintain your optimum fuel economy. And to the left of that, you've got this little rev warning light, so as you approach the red line of the engine, if you rev it really hard, it just gives you a little visual that you're going to be approaching the fuel shut-off, if you or rev limiter as they call it. Dual zone climate control display is all perfectly good. There's no pixelation. All the other plastics are generally in very good order. I mean, it's a used car, so it's not as new. There is the odd little bits of wear here and there, but the actual main plastics of the car in here looking generally in very good order. It's really lovely to drive a car which, you know, has such great feel to it. But you know, so just trying to look around the rest of the car now to see if there's anything of any note that I should be picking up on. You know, simple things like that. You've got a lovely big radio display. Climate control system here is really simple and easy to use. Multifunction steering wheel, so the ES and the X models, just the two models that get cruise control on the right here, audio controls up there, and your information display down here. This ES model is lovely in the sense that you got this big glass panoramic roof above my head, which is really adds a lot of natural light into the car, and it opens and shuts with a press of a button. So on a sort of a glaringly hot sunny day, if we ever get one ever again, you know, it really does close out the heat out of the car. But all in all, I said I can't fault it. The brake pedal's incredibly solid, and the brakes work very efficiently. There's no judders or vibrations as I hit the brake pedal. So if you're coming a distance to come see us, I'm sure you'll be utterly delighted with the car. It seems to me to drive really very nicely indeed.